Hello everyone, and welcome back to DMG. I bought this Zalman, call it what you want, cooler for my LGA 775 system because basically I broke the stock cooler. So long story short, I was trying to swap out the CPU and I ended up breaking pretty much all of the clips, so it doesn't stay on there anymore. So it's pretty ineffective as a cooler. I'll just set that there. But this is like a classic Zalman design. Here, it's got a picture on the side. They put the shipping label over the front. I want to talk about this for a second. So they've been selling these coolers since like the mid-2000s. And it's pretty obvious that this is stock from the mid-2000s. Where was it? Yeah, look at the dust on the box. Yeah, look at that. There's now dust on my finger. So this has just been sitting in a warehouse for like 15 years. Also, it's not taped closed. I have no idea how stuff didn't fall out in shipping because the box is literally not closed. Like, all of this could have just... I mean, it looks like we've got everything. We've got a... What is this adapter? Is that a floppy power cable to fan adapter? What? And then, oh, I bet that thermal paste is pretty awful. But, you know, it looks like we've got everything. Here's the cooler itself. Oh, wow, that is a heavy boy. I may have underestimated the absolute size of this boy. Wow. I thought it was like this size. No. I thought it was like that, but vertical. No, this is a massive cooler. Wow, I like that. I mean, most modern coolers are compatible with LGA 775, but I wanted to get a classic design. But yeah, it was shipped in this box, so I had to cover up most things. But yeah, this is not a third-party seller. This is Zalman USA. So, let's see. Let's read about this a bit more. 128 by 60 by 150. 900 to 2000 RPM. Pretty quiet. Pure copper. Is this just copper plated in something else? Because that looks like aluminum, but it might just be plated copper. Who knows? Let's see. Anything else interesting? Oh yeah, and it comes with ZM STG2M thermal paste. Okay, so it's got an 8-shaped bending design for excellent motherboard and VRM cooling. Turbulence acceleration convex fin installed for increased airflow. I love 2000s marketing. And 120mm PWM blue LED fan. Solid color LED. What is this? 2008? Let's see. Optimized slit fin for maximized heat transfer. Idealized 8-shaped bending to provide a perfect what? What? Okay. Yeah, so nickel plated. So it must be nickel plated copper like the IHS of most CPUs. Let's see if I can get this open and take a better look at this. I hope this fits in the case, come to think of it. Oh, it comes all the way off. Wow. Oh no, it got bent. That's not my fault, I promise. Now these are very thin fins. That's interesting. I was expecting them to be thicker. That's not like inherently bad. It's just not what I expected. It's interesting. Then yeah, of course you've got your 8-shaped bending design back here, the heat pipes. This whole thing is just... It kind of feels like it's made from twisted together paper clips. Like it's got that kind of vibe where it feels like it could fall apart at any moment. But again, this is not a complaint. We've got looks like an aluminum cold plate, perhaps? Is that what that is? And then, you know, mounting hardware. I'll bring out the PC and mount it. So it turns out this is a back plate. I think I might stick with the back plate that's already on the board, just for sake of convenience. And then it has both Intel and AMD clips, so this is what I need, the Intel ones. I want to get my greasy little Cheeto fingers all over the cold plate. And I think you just align it with that, like right there. There we go, now the camera can see that. And that's how you mount it. Okay, I do think I have to use their back plate actually, because they're talking about like putting nuts on the back plate and stuff that, you know. Oh. That this back plate doesn't have, so I'm gonna have to take it off. Which, oh. Okay. Guess there wasn't even a back plate on it. That's nice. Hold up, is that gonna fit? Alright, so I took it out of the case and installed it. I didn't show any footage, because I didn't film any footage of me installing it, because it honestly took like 15 solid minutes. It was pretty confusing, but I got it figured out eventually. Sorry, I'm benchmarking the 5870 again. I'm going to revisit it in a future video. But here we go. So you had to put these clips in a certain, or sorry, these like, it was basically a nut on a long stick that you had to, that sounds awful, but you had to put them on the bracket in one of 3 different positions depending on your socket, and then those would stick up through the board and you screw the cooler into them. And also, this is not a floppy power to 4-pin as I originally thought. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-pin to 4-pin but quieter adapter, because you would plug that into the motherboard and then that into your fan. And it basically, that resistor basically all it's doing is reducing your fan speed by about 50% from what the motherboard makes it. But I say we run an actual like stress test on it. So with the Intel stock cooler, it used to get into the low 80s, high 70s, low 80s while doing Cinema 4D renders. And of course, Cinema 4D is the same engine as Cinebench. So I say, why don't we try some good old Cinema 4D and see what temperature it hits with this new cooler. And again, this is a Q9550. Oh wow. It would sit at like mid-60s on idle with the stock cooler, and it's mid-40s. We'll just do a nice 4K render. So our temperatures are already going up. And sorry, in Windows 10, there's not a way to change the monitor down to 60 Hertz for some reason. It's at its maximum 75. I'd expect a max of like, I don't know, high 60s with this CPU cooler. It'd be great if it was even lower. And of course this is open bench, so in a case with good ventilation, your mileage may vary. Okay, so it's been, we've been rendering for almost 3 minutes, and it's hit a max of 61 degrees. So just knowing how this CPU does in Cinema 4D, it's probably not going to get too much over that. Probably 65 is my predicted maximum temperature. Alright, it's now been 5 minutes and our max temperature is still 61. It's actually gone down an average of 2 degrees since 3 minutes. And again, it's quite quiet. Most of the noise you're hearing in the background is actually the PC behind it with 7 fans. I give this cooler an 8 out of 10 overall. I'd call it a 10 out of 10 for performance, quietness, all of that. and give it a 6 out of 10 for ease of use, because maybe I'm just stupid, but that was way harder than it should have been to install. Like, it's good that they offer a wide range of compatibility with all of the sockets from 10 years ago, because that's when this came out. But it still seemed a bit needlessly difficult. However, it did include instructions, even though they were a bit unclear, so it does beat a couple other cheap coolers there. But yeah, I'm overall really satisfied. For just $20. I got something that didn't suck. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and see you next time.